It's Talk That Stuff, number 5. Talk That Stuff, number 5. I am DJ Widebody, and I have CX the producer. I got Dre Graham. I got I am Digger Hertz, and a couple more to follow later. Want to go ahead and open up and the NFL draft. Have you guys been following the draft at all?
Yeah, I followed the first day of it, man. Like and a little bit of the second day, but I followed the first day pretty well. Um, some people went high. Um, a lot of drama caused a lot of cats to kind of fall and lose footing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I've been wondering, man. Like, and it didn't strike me until the other day before the draft. You know,
Uh-huh.
you get to watching all these talk these sports shows and these certain analysts and pundits. They have their views on why this person shouldn't go here or because they got in trouble here and this, that, and the third.
All right.
And the whole thing about the young cat man from Ole Miss who
Yeah.
went to the Dolphins, Tunstall, and how something a video went viral right before the draft, like right before the draft started, to where you know stuff like and I think my whole thing now is my questioning now. I wonder if some of these young cats are like, I wonder are some of them targeted, and I wonder is there like a pact between these general managers in the NFL and like some of these coaches and some of these coaching staffs, because it seems to me like a cat like Tunstall, who should have probably went in the top three.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I almost, I'm not taking no fault away from him, for doing the things that he's done or whatever. But it's almost like these cats who they don't want to pay, they want to get for a steal, kind of like him and the same cat that came from Ole Miss, Kim Dichie. It's like with those cats, and I'm not taking no fault away from them because they did the deeds, and they got to pay for it, on their own terms or whatever. But it's funny, like they always want something for those big names coming out of college to have a smear on their jacket, so to speak, so they won't have to pay them accordingly.
Right.
Coming into the league. I just thought that's it, man. I wonder is there some kind of secret pact amongst a lot of these people, because the Tunstall kid, man, that video dropped from his own social
Yep.
media site, from his own account,
I heard his
and I'm thinking
stepdaddy.
about. Oh, okay. See,
I,
I heard the stepfather. I heard like an old agent that he had hired and fired and all that good stuff. And it's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. Now, and it made me think about, like, cats getting sabotaged on purpose so that they can't get the payday that that they're hype, and so hype that they hype, generates or whatever. If I'm saying that right.
I
I'll
understand what you're
say
saying.
this. I'll say this. I got a cousin and basically like a godson. He's like his god sister is his father is basically my brother. He went to NFL and he went to NFL and he fucked up. Excuse my language, but he did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
he literally like till this day now he in the hood trying to sling rocks right now. He
Wow.
graduated from Syracuse, got drafted, went into Tampa Bay, then went up to the Redskins, and he just wanted to do what he wanted to do. To me, sometimes, man, it's like some of them don't take this stuff seriously.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is a game changer, life changer. You know what I'm saying? I know everything ain't about money and
Right.
everything like that, but I don't care if you're going there for 1 year. You done made more money than you would ever make working a regular 9 to 5 in 20 or 30 years.
For real.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, but I see what your point is, Hurts. But it's mighty funny that it only happened to him. But look at all the other ones that came through that it didn't happen to. That would
Mm-hmm.
that were top draft picks. You feel what I'm saying? From RG3 to all the other guys, man. You
Right.
know?
All right. it does. They'll be so quick to knock these people down. And I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. They'll be so quick. This guy makes a young mistake. This guy's got all the talent in the world, and he'll knock him down. So seems to me, so they ain't got to pay him that first round money, man, and they gonna get their money's worth. I mean,
Oh,
and that's
of course, they want, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they're gonna
bang
try
for
to,
their buck.
yeah, of course they're gonna try to dig up any baggage you have just to,
Right.
take you down a couple steps. They gonna do that. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Right. And I don't know. I don't think, man, Miami. I think that it hurts. Can you correct me? What was? Did they void his contract or what? They drop him? What happened there? I didn't really. I heard it briefly. I heard they maybe avoided his contract out or something. But anybody knows what happened to this guy?
I don't. I mean, I know.
He got his contract, but it's just the fact that you know he slipped so far down. He slipped from like a possible 1, 2, or 3, and he slipped all the way down to like a 13, which theoretically cost him about $10 million.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is I'm not taking the blame from him because hey, he did the deed. So
Right.
he got to pay accordingly. Whether it be he lose out on $10 million or whatever kind of punishment he would have eventually gotten if he was still at school.
Right.
But I mean, it's almost like these GMs and a lot of people who are in the system. They look for stuff like that. You
Right.
know.
You
Yeah,
ever hear that?
they call it character flaws.
Right. You ever hear that
Right.
happening in like baseball where there is no cap or basketball? I don't really much know basketball. Basketball is damn pretty hard to get drafted in basketball. I mean, you basically gotta have like a 60 or 70% from the field and just be this
You know
phenom.
why? You know why it don't happen in basketball and baseball like that?
Talk to me.
Especially basketball, because with basketball the contracts are guaranteed.
Right.
Football, you can sign a contract today and they can cut your ass tomorrow.
Right up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With basketball, I can have $100 million contract and I go outside and get in a car accident. Guess what? I'm at least gonna
Hey,
get 70 to 80% of that.
or you get your bread. Baseball
Yeah.
like that too. My brother was real good at baseball. We both were, but he was real good at football. He played quarterback, and he went to school. When he went to college, they turned him into a like a defensive back. I'm like, man, why aren't you playing baseball? And I think the Yankees wanted him to try. He got a trial from the Yankees. Why don't you just play baseball? That money's guaranteed. Plus, you could probably play until you like 40. You know, the money's guaranteed. You ain't got to worry about getting injured. And like, it's just, I mean, all these damn concussions and all that. Why don't you? I don't know. I'd play baseball any day of the week, man. That's that good money right there. It's
Right.
guaranteed.
Man,
You
man,
know.
I mean, I've seen, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people. My homeboy, my homeboy, got drafted in the NBA back when Charles Barkley was with the 76ers.
Oh
Matter of
shit.
fact, my homeboy, he actually older than me. Him and Del Curry were roommates. They played on the same team, Virginia
Mhm.
Union. Stephen Curry's his godson. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
shit.
Stephen Curry's his godson, and he showed me how it is to be in the NBA and all this and all that. And then another dude I know who played baseball, I seen him blow $60 million. You know, getting high,
Wow.
getting
Wow.
high.
Wow.
Man. This is what one minute you're eating ramen noodles in the dorm, one minute you're eating ramen noodles in the dorm, and next thing you know, your pockets is loaded. So, that's a big culture shock to a lot of these young men. The NFL is $1 billion industry, man. They should have, and I don't know what they have in place, but they
And
have,
they have a huge turnover too. If you look
yeah,
at it, if you think about it, man, it's a huge turnover, bro. Like, one day you signing a lucrative deal, and the next day, man, you up out of there on some, because the turnover is so great. Because I think the average NFL career is, I want to say, 4 years, four
yeah,
to five
4 years,
years.
four
You know,
years, man.
yeah. So and that, I mean, that seems like a short amount of time, and it is in essence, but you know that's why it's so important, man, for cats to get when they get their bread to start thinking about life. Even before you start your career in the NFL or NBA or whatever, think about life after basketball once you sign that contract. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Safeguard yourself, man. Put some loot up for rainy day because it's gonna be a lot of people with their hands out, cousins you ain't seen or never
Right.
met before in your life. Oh, you
Right.
know the whole rigmarole that go along with instant success, you know. But
I tell you,
it's important to forecast the day you sign that contract because it's gonna come a point where that 100,000 that you gave as a gift to somebody, you might not have that in your pocket in shit 2 or 3 years down the line.
Yeah, I'm right. Let
You
me
know,
let me give you both. I want to give you all scenarios. Okay. You get you
that
you you
maker.
you play.
What's
Hey, what's
going on?
going on, John? How you doing, man?
What's up, fam?
Welcome to talk that stuff, my brother. What's
that
happening,
maker.
man? What's going on there, maker?
You got it, man.
I've been sending invitations and invitations, my brother. I see your name, like, oh, click. Welcome, man.
Ha
Hey, we're talking about the draft right now, man. What's your football team, man?
Redskins.
What's that?
I'm a Redskins fan.
Redskins. All right.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Let me give you a scenario. You guys are
Okay.
playing football. You got 2 years you're playing. That's it. Your deal is for $2.5 million a year, guaranteed. You play 2 years and that's it. You can't. There's no more football in you. What are you doing? What are you doing with that money? First thing you're
Stock,
gonna do.
stock, stock options. As the first thing I want to do, I want to invest and make my money work for me. If I know that because $2.5 million is that's kind of measly when you look at the whole scope of what contracts are in the NFL nowadays.
All right.
So I'm going if I'm smart, I'm going to invest. I'm going to invest my money. Find some sound investors to invest my money in. Also, learn more pretty much about the business that I want to actually put my money into. Do my homework and start a business because $2.5 million. It might not seem like a lot of money, but
Mm-hmm.
if you were to give me $2.5 million right now, I'll show you how to flip it. Because I'm telling you, I'll have my hand in something everything.
Straight up.
But I
Money
think I
keep
think it's important for 2.5. I think it's important that you know you set your boundaries. And invest and find smart investments to get your money into, and buy real estate, buy property, man. Good property that you can earn from,
Mm-hmm.
because like you said, that 2.5. You know, like I said, it's not in my eyes, it's not chump change, but compared to what you know the normal NFL slash NBA slash MLB contract is nowadays, that's kind of like almost like the person who at the end of the bench who ain't getting no PT, and
Right.
that's
Right.
still good
Right.
money. That's still good money to me. Hey, sit me on the bench, bro. Hey, give me $500,000 a year.
Right.
I'm telling you, man. But I think I would just more or less just find something sound to invest in and buy a property. That way, I'll always have that to make money off of.
Right. I wanted to do first thing I do is take care of my damn taxes, man, because it seems like the IRS come knocking as soon as you're not expecting them to.
Oh
So,
yeah, no doubt.
CX.
Uh, man, I'm taking the first. I can't even hear. I'm taking the first flight down to Colombia, man. I'm going to invest. I'm going to invest for real.
All
I
right.
hear
I'm
you,
just,
man.
I'm just messing with you, man. Now, literally. No, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I would do. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I would do with that. I would get, me personally, I would get a whole lot of grant writers, so I can get me some nonprofits jumping off, and I ain't gotta use my money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Smart
Right.
man.
A lot of tax write-offs. Yeah.
Yup, I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have to use my money, and I can help people. You know what I'm saying? And get paid to help people, whereas though it's not a job, because I would
Wow.
love doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you know
My
what you
mine
do.
definitely would be real estate. It would be stock options and IRAs and things like that, but definitely would be real estate. Uh, Various locations. That's something I actually want to do now because I got 6 years left till I can retire. So I'm trying to get that going right now. Actually.
Wow.
Oh, my fault. Also do some venture capitalist type stuff. Look for the next startup. drop them
Yeah,
with the next 50 or 100,000 on a new startup, a new app, whatever, and start getting at
exactly.
the ground level. When that thing
Yep,
blow up, I'm sitting good.
Mm-hmm. Would
exactly.
you would you try to would anyone invested in music as far as maybe a label or
Of
anybody go
course.
that
Oh
route?
no, that really doesn't take a whole lot of money to do that. You
No, it don't.
you literally
Take a
look.
lot of drive though.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, I'm looking outside of music. I'm looking at technology in itself.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Because you got a lot of companies that when the CES shows come up, they're trying to get crowdfunding
Mm-hmm.
for certain devices to hit the market. You put some money in those crowdfunding Jones, and they blow up. You tripling whatever you put in
Wow.
off the top.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
basically, you becoming a venture capitalist.
Yeah, you're becoming a venture capitalist. Can you imagine the people that put money into GoPro and look where they're at
Exactly.
now?
Snapple.
Look. That's what I would put my money. You know what I'm saying?
So it's all the stock route and investing and getting tripling almost tripling your money, man. That's I always say, man, it take money to make some, man. And I'm a kind of if I get what kills me is my point is when these guys get this money, man, it's like Digger Hurt say, long lost cousins come out the woodworks, and you gotta by the time you know it, man, your cost of living goes up because you're not living like you're making $60,000 a year anymore. You're living like you're making a million plus a year.
And,
So
and, and that's the key thing. You have to set up in your mind, man, to you had to set up in your mind to live a modest. You have to have a modest living when you're making that kind of money. When you're an athlete, you know what I'm saying. You
right,
have to kind of gear your mind toward like, okay, well, look, I can't go out and buy Bentleys and I can't go out here and have an extravagant lifestyle because my ends is kind of limited when it turns because my contract is guaranteed for whatever, and
mm-hmm.
I just can't go out here and be frivolous. So, but we live in like a cookie cutter type of society to whereas if my man gotta arrange with this here, I got to one up him or I got to do this, I got to do that.
Well,
Kind of keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. But if you notice, I don't see a lot of white athletes, live their lifestyle to where they're years that not that I've seen to whereas um, you know when that 2 years is up for them, they live in foot to mouth, so to speak.
right. Hey, good.
Right.
Uh,
Let
They
me say
good
this.
because
Let me say this, Hurt. You know what the main thing is? What I've seen with a lot of
yeah,
athletes, being the person that I am, and being coming from the street life and all this, a lot of them dudes that's athletes. The crazy thing about them is they want to be street dudes and
mm-hmm.
act like they're hustling. That's why you see a lot
Exactly.
of. That's why you see a lot of them. You got a black card, like look, Floyd Mayweather, for instance. You have a
right,
black card. Why are you pulling millions of dollars in cash out of a nightstand? Like you
Yeah,
hustling, like you selling bricks or something.
yeah, right,
Like people on the street that's doing that is trying to get it so they don't have to pull cash out. So
right.
it's
right.
like the total opposite. It's like y'all want to live this thug life type of stuff when you really wasn't that for real. You couldn't have been. How could you been that and concentrate on your craft at the same time? So
Exactly.
Exactly.
something don't add up. You feel what I'm saying? Something just
Yep.
don't add up. So it's like a reverse mentality. Instead of
Right.
you done basically made it. So
Mm-hmm.
why are you trying to look like you're from that element?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the
So,
problem right there.
No,
That
I can definitely identify with that.
that is the problem.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
I tell my coworkers all the time, the dude y'all see is a shell of his former self. I'm the one that made it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Word.
That's the problem, man. You got a lot of like coming from that element, man. We wanted to make our money legal so much, man. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? But
Mm-hmm.
yet these dudes want to look like their money is illegal. Your
Yep.
money legal, man. Why you
Exactly.
need to go with that $50,000 in cash or $100,000 in cash just to show to somebody?
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
oh, 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 hey, why about it? Also, you said what would I do with that money?
Mm-hmm.
One more thing I would do, I would I would collectively buy all of CX producers equipment and their makers.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
you're
hey,
wild, dude.
that's roughly about man 50 grand right there.
yeah,
You're
man.
wild, dude.
It's about
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
man.
he definitely was coming on some venture capital stuff. Hey, let me get that up off you,
Hey,
CX.
Right,
You don't
right.
need
Look,
that. You don't need that.
they come, hey, they come take my hand and scrape the whole table and scrape it into a garbage can and just walk out the house with
Yeah, he was like, you don't need that, man. You don't need
hey,
that. Look, look,
let
look.
me let me get that off for you.
Let me get that up off of you, man. Matter of fact, just cause it's you, I'll give you 3,000 for the NPC.
wow.
Right, right.
Hey, Dre, man, you wanna chime in on this too, man? What would you do, bro?
What would I do? Well, I take a good portion of my money and convert it over into precious metals, some gold, some silver.
My man.
I'll get dual citizenship in another country. I have some property in another country. I say that to say that, as far as we know, as the American dream and having a long-term stability here, the economy and just the course of this country, big changes is coming down the road. A lot of people not really focused on that or even privy to
Mhm.
what's going on behind the scenes. So your dollars, you know, are not gonna pretty much add up to what they need to be in the long run. So you really got to take your money and convert it into something that's gonna benefit the new
Tangible.
situation that's coming.
Yep.
So it's cool to say we want to buy this, say we want to get that, but me being me, what I'm saying, and knowing what I know, I gotta prepare for the great rainy day, and kind of gotta have your mind in two different worlds. And I definitely have dual citizenship in another country, and precious the gold and silver is a must. I have some property here, but America wouldn't be the ultimate place to have my dollars dancing. But I'll definitely have
Indeed.
to do business there, and I'll definitely put some money into technology. I mean, that's probably the safest arena to put your money, as far as investment,
Right.
because our whole society now is shifting towards a technological and situation, and it's a good place to kind of have dollars dance. But America, uh,
you
I'm just gonna keep it 1,000, man. I mean, we gonna have to weather the storm for those of us who are here, and our dollars. That still has to be unveiled on what our dollars gonna become. What it's becoming now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
no, when they get their money set up where it's gonna pretty much be, you know, worth something else versus the paper currency that we have, and that's a whole other discussion that we can have based on the Federal Reserve and our dollar and what they're really worth, what they used to be worth, and where we going.
Right.
You
Is it
get,
true?
get 10 mil today, we have the grand shift tomorrow. If you're gonna have that 10 mil, you know. So it's something to think about.
Yeah,
But
it
I
is.
feel
It's you saw. I mean, I get what you're saying. So would you have? What? May I ask what country would you try to obtain dual citizenship of?
most likely, I'm gonna say Africa, parts of Africa.
Yeah,
Not
I
because
would try to go to Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
Africa will probably be it. Uh, but dual citizenship is definitely a must for me. We gotta get out of Dodge because, like I said, yo, if you only knew.
To add on, I'm later down the line. Let's talk. This is the fifth installment of Talk That Stuff, man. I'm gonna, some weeks we're gonna be sitting there. I want to, probably have Dre talk about obtaining dual citizenship, man. We've been talking off the grid a lot. Me, Dre, Rashawn, CX. Just about things going on in the world, man. And I think it's every person's duty, man, and make sure, as far as we're concerned as a whole, man, as a people, to enlighten and prepare, because I just think this country and this I don't want to say this world, but this country is going to it's it, a lot of things are going to be happening in the near future. Now, I'm not an expert on it, and I'm going to sit here and proclaim to be an expert, I'm smart enough to know that it's going to be getting real crazy pretty soon. Maybe sooner than later. So, I think it's important to somebody to get these dual citizenships. I mean, I don't know how anyone else feels about that, but I'm definitely a believer of that. But maybe down the line we're definitely going to be touching that. As far as what you were saying about taking your money and fuck the currency, let me get some precious metals so it doesn't lose value. Is that what basically you're talking about, Dre?
Yeah, our money used to be backed by gold,
Yeah.
and the Federal Reserve, when it was created, took us off the gold standard. Now we have this fiat money that's basically it's paper based on face value, what's printed on it would be a 501, and interest attached to it. They print it pretty much out of thin air, so
Yeah.
that's pretty much the standard currency for the world
Right.
right now. That's kind of fluctuating and shifting because other countries are pretty much setting up a situation where as our dollar loses value, they got to get something else behind that to shift over. That's one of the reasons why Gaddafi had to be kind of ousted because he was setting up what you call the AFRICOM, or like you got the European Union, the African Union, pretty much getting the African nations together and putting them on a gold standard and setting up those situations where we wouldn't have to depend on the American dollar.
Mm.
That pretty much would have toppled and freed us from this whole economic, I use the term slavery that we're dealing with worldwide with the Federal Reserve. And they, once you start talking, a new system that's going to give the people a little bit more power and freedom up, then somebody got to go. We all know how that works. But yeah, you do a little bit more research in the whole Gaddafi situation, because he was really trying to get something going popping with the African nations because those nations are extremely wealthy, So start talking ideology outside of what everybody else is following, become a problem.
Right. All right. Okay. So we got a good panel here. We got CX the producer. We got Demetrius Graham. We got I am Diggerhertz. We got Netmaker. We got the Jersey Sun, Rashawn Ricks in the building, and myself. I'm gonna go into the first subject and topic, and we'll leave it up for discussion. Oh, 1 second here. Let me get started. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Uh. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. A little music on. I'm gonna get another email from YouTube. All right. This is for YouTube.
Hey, what's your YouTube handle?
My name Aaron is either DJY Body, and I got slash Aaron Sowell.
Which one you broadcasting on?
Aaron Sowell.
Uh,
Um. Okay. The first I want to talk about the momentum of Donald Trump. Can his momentum be stopped? And also his foreign policy as far as what he's saying about what he wants to do over in the Middle East. Particularly, he's saying that if he is elected, that he'll push countries that we buy oil from, Saudi Arabia in particular, that he's threatening to cut off all purchases of oil if they don't get in the fight and trying to take down ISIS. A lot of these countries are harboring these terrorist cells, and what he's trying to say, NATO is not bringing having terrorism on their agenda as well, and he's saying that America first, and I want to ask, what do we think about the foreign policy? Also, the aid we give these countries, and should we require them to get into the fight with us? Because the bottom line is, we're over there. We got troops over there. They're fighting. Some of our family, friends, relatives, whatever. They're over there fighting. So, do you think that
Fight,
we should? Do you think we should get in? We're already involved. I'm not into nation building, but that's what Iraq was. It was a nation building thing. Should we force these countries, man? Hey, we're not gonna buy from you if you don't help us out. You're over there. You need to be helping us take this whole ISIS thing down.
Let me say this. Um, about 2 Sundays ago, I was chilling in my living room, and I usually watch ESPN 'cause I'm a sports head, but I was watching this 30 for 30 documentary
Mm-hmm.
about the USFL, and it was this this hour show was amazing to me
Mm-hmm.
because it featured the USFL in its heyday and in its humble beginnings and all this stuff, and it showcased two two figures in it. It's this one guy who he died prematurely. He died of cancer, brain cancer or whatever. Then you had the other cat, which was Donald Trump, and the one guy he had the league on the right path or whatever. But Trump wanted to rival the NFL. So what he tried to do was, what he wanted to do was, he wanted to make the USFL a Sunday product as well, but have it during the same time that the NFL season is going along.
I remember
I said all that to say this: Donald Trump single-handedly destroyed that league. The league was a wonderful league because
that.
they only operated within the springtime. That way, they had their fan base in the in their spring, whatever their schedule was like, and then the NFL had they joint. So it was kind of like they coexisted, even
Right.
though the NFL was the bigger brother in all this.
Right.
But Trump was such an egomaniac, and he couldn't buy his way into the NFL. So he pretty much bought himself into this new thing, which was the USFL. And once the guy who was the figurehead, once he passed away, Donald Trump single-handedly destroyed the whole thing because he tried to go up against the NFL, who had like endless amounts of cash,
Right.
and he single-handedly destroyed the USFL. Now, if he did that for a little startup football league, you know, that's only a microcosm of what he's gonna do to this country.
Right.
And in terms of his whole foreign policy, if he's elected, for one, as you were saying before, I don't feel like that's our fight. Although we know we got people that's in the military ranks or whatever. We ain't got no place in there. But it's hard to get people to understand that that a lot of these wars and a lot of stuff that we lend our name to or lend our physical to, we shouldn't even have no parts in that.
Nope.
But you can't tell people, you can't get people to have an understanding about that because their minds geared toward another frame of thinking. So you gotta let them do what they do. But I think one thing that this election has shown me is it's been showing me a lot of transparency all the way across the board on all levels. People who support Trump, like right now, on Twitter right now, you got Talib Kweli and this cat named Remedy, who's like a Wu-Tang affiliate or whatever. They're going tit for tat. Pro-black versus the whole Trump regime type of deal. And when it's all over, I don't feel like Trump will be elected president, but because I think the people that are behind the whole framework of what we think is our democracy and all that good stuff, that he's gonna be bad for business, so to speak. So I don't really see that, but I don't doubt anything because nowadays nothing surprises me when it comes to all this stuff here. So I guess that's my take on it.
Do you think that they should be we should be saying, hey, Saudi Arabia, you want all that money you got we need some help here. I mean, I think a lot of this is based on our buying resources like oil and stuff, man. For oil is a big deal to us, man. I think I've always said, man, I was in the military, man. I did a lot of time in there, and I remember, man, we were so close to going to war with Korea. It was ridiculous, and I think a lot of it was the reason why we didn't was because what resources do they have? All
Right,
these
and
countries.
that's the thing too. Like think about it. Okay, as a soldier, right? Think about your own personal life as it constitutes now. Would you run up to somebody's house right now because their views weren't like your views? What you gonna be
No.
like? You're like, nah. You know what? I'm gonna let that dude do him.
Right.
This country has a propensity to always try to undo something that's unlike what we're doing or
Right.
how everything is set up. So I got a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. I talk to him every day, and we always talk about in the military. And I'm a military brat.
All right.
But with that being said, I think like you have to kind of strip yourself away from it. Like I hear old cats, a lot of older cats, like right now, from when they served in Nam or served at any point in their life, they're like, we didn't, a lot of cats left. A lot of the guys are like, man, it did me some good. It let me do this, let me do that. Then you got on the one hand, the cats like, man, we ain't had no business over there.
Right.
But unless you got a resource that's highly coveted, um, they're not going to put that much attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
Was watching sometimes in April one time, and and the guy in I guess the defense minister, the defense secretary called over to Africa, and it was like, yo, what y'all got going on over here to do? In so many words, the guy was like, well, we don't have any gold or oil over here for you. So what could this call be about? You know, you know. So but this country only goes to war with people that have something that they want,
Mm-hmm.
or someone who threatens their position in the world.
Right.
And like I said, a lot of stuff that you would do as a soldier, because when you're in the military, you on orders. You belong to the government then. So those
Wow.
orders, you have to follow those orders, or you're going to be court-martialed and jailed and blah 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 blah.
Obey my
But
orders to protect my post.
right, but ask yourself this: if let's say you live in the house you live in, if you looked across the street and a guy was I don't know, doing something that you didn't particularly like it by viewing it, you didn't like it, but it wasn't your house. His house is functioning. Anybody in his problem got no problem. In his house got no problems. But you take it upon yourself, like, you know what? That's an injustice. You know what? I'm gonna go over here and kick this dude's door down. I'm gonna get some justice in this bitch. You couldn't see yourself doing that because you know it's just something that you shouldn't do. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, when you're under order, when you're a soldier, when you're, because people, and I don't knock nobody who's done military time or who's currently a soldier or whatever. But when people talk about, we're, people are fighting for our freedoms. We're not there. The people in the military are not fighting for our freedoms. First of all, they're
No.
fighting for, they're mercenaries. They're mercenaries and they're fighting for special interests. It's not
Right.
about the freedom because our freedoms have never been, attacked,
Challenge. Oh
a
yeah.
challenge
Attack.
until you start wronging people. When
Right.
you start wronging people, you can expect that kind of shit to happen. So that's my stance on it. I don't knock nobody because I got my pops in the military did a stretch in the military. You hear me? And I still
Mm-hmm.
got care people. Matter of fact, my son is making taking that walk once he graduates.
All
And,
right.
so I respect anybody's decision to do it, but your ass better be doing it for the right reasons
Absolutely.
because what I'm saying, you better get something out of it.
Right.
I feel like because you start to buy into this whole thing, like yeah, we got so much, we got a lot of problems in our own country that we ain't even solved. How can I mount up a whole battalion of soldiers to head somewhere and correct some shit when we can't even correct the shit that we got at our own front door?
You're right
We
about
got
that.
homeless people. We got the deficit is out of control, but we got money for wars and to go bomb villages and all that good shit, and
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 this.
that's my stance on it.
Hey, well, I want to cut. I want to say real quick that the Indiana, the polls, Trump has got a 40. The Republicans is Clinton 50%, Sanders 46%. Over on the Republican side, Trump's 49%, Cruz 34%, and Cashish, whatever his damn name is, I've never heard of him before.
Casey.
Cashish, whatever. Goes to tell you how much I'm
I,
involved in this.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah. But somebody's supporting this guy, man. People are coming out, and I think it's like I said before, I think it's a lot of shallow, ignorant ass people that's supporting this guy. You know, well,
Right. Well, yeah.
anybody
Yeah, I mean
anybody
that
on
just goes to show racism is still alive and very well in this country.
mm-hmm. I don't know about
Alive,
that.
very well.
Man, I say like this, man. For real, um, to piggyback on what Digger Hurst said, man, Hurst, what you doing?
Man, I'm out here in these streets, man,
Got
taking my
these.
traps. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
Catch anything?
No comment.
But yeah, like Hurst said, I mean, about Donald Trump, man, you know, everything that dude has touched, like it was a commuter plane situation in Boston. Company was doing good and everything. It was a commute plane, airplane company. I think it was probably going from Boston to New York. Just really a commuter thing for people that's working in between. Now, Donald Trump took over that company, and as soon as he took over the company was doing good. Then he tanked the whole company. You know what I'm saying? Like for him to to do his little armchair foreign policy shit, like he armchair quarterbacking foreign policy. He knows nothing about foreign policy. He think it's about just go blow this person up, this, that, and other. It's diplomacy that's dealt with as well. You know what I'm saying? If he had his way, the way he's talking, he would destabilize the whole damn world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You thinking that you're gonna run the presidency like a business.
Right.
It says it's a business, but it's not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You talking about you're gonna make this country pay the United States this. What you doing, man? You coming on the block and telling you don't want 20% out of you, 20%. It don't work that way.
Nah, you don't.
It does not work that way, man.
I just think it's I just think it's, just to piggyback basically what Dre, well, what we all been talking about, man, the systematic shit, man. It just seems like I'm getting kind of nervous here, man, because it seems like this man might actually win, man. And
Nah, nah,
But
he
it,
that,
won't.
but that's what that, but that, but that's what they want you to. That's what they want you to buy into because
right,
it's all. To me, all it's doing is setting you up to deal with the lesser of two evils. Like
mm-hmm,
you already seeing firsthand what he's exhibiting or whatever. So
mm-hmm,
it's to make you, it's to lull you into this whole sensibility into like, well, at least it wasn't Trump. So if you get Sanders or you get Clinton, you know, it's like, well,
right,
at least we didn't get Trump. Like, it's like the lesser of two evils. Just
Yep.
you're gonna deal with you're gonna deal with one. You're gonna deal with somebody, but it ain't gonna be him.
Yeah.
right,
And he gonna ride it all the way as far as he can, and basically, yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it.
mm,
They're gonna make you so happy to get the other guy. I guess that's Cruz or whatever.
Uh huh.
You're gonna be so eager to settle for Cruz but they already saying he the devil himself.
right.
Yeah.
So how much better is it gonna be?
No,
I,
Right.
I mean, I mean, I mean, I don't see it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at how Barack won, right? Barack won by a large number of white people.
Yep.
He had he had all black people, whole
Hmm.
lot of Hispanics, whole lot of Asians, whole lot of gay people, whatever have you.
Yep.
Donald Trump has alienated all of them,
Yep.
except
right,
angry white people.
right.
It's not enough angry white people in the United States for him to win.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? It's not, man. I'm being serious. Like, 'cause when you start saying white people saying they hate him, then you know it's a problem.
right.
That's like a white person coming outside saying, "Man, it's cold out here." When they tell you it's cold. You feel what
Mm.
I'm saying?
I'm just waiting for his momentum, man. His momentum should have been he should have been done. He should have been cutting down his campaign staff like Sanders is doing and packing it up and say, well, it was a good run. I appreciate everybody for supporting me, and
It,
we
it,
It's
try to.
it,
arrogance though, man.
it,
Arrogance. His arrogance won't let him do that. You know what
yo,
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
You gotta understand this guy comes from money. You know what I'm saying? He ain't self-made as one would think. This man
right.
comes from money. You know
And
what
he
I'm
put him
saying?
on.
that is pops put him on.
Yep.
It's just like his name. He a fabrication just like his name. His name is we call him Trump, but people don't know that this dude is like he's German. He's like
That's a
he's
German name.
his German name. It's actually it's Drum. It's Drumph. Oh, I'm sorry, Drumpf. Drumpf. So they Americanized it in order to, what I'm saying, to kind of, like a lot of people do, they Americanize their names to get that acceptance or whatever, what have you or whatnot.
Like how Jewish people changed their names so they could seem more European.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly.
so they can hide their identities. You know what I'm saying? Like Monica Lewinsky, the one who got caught up with Bill Clinton. Her mother changed her last name to her mother real name was she changed her name to Lewis because she didn't want people to know she was Jewish. See, Lewinsky is a Jewish name, so she didn't want
Exactly.
nobody to know she was Jewish. I mean, a lot of them did. Italians did it, Germans did it. You know what I'm saying? They always try to hide their ethnicity because they're European.
Right, that's just like Danny Thomas, the actor. He his name wasn't Danny Thomas. Dean Martin. I mean the list goes on and on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, man, he don't have enough angry white people to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? He would literally need all of them because when it's all said and done, and when that general election pop around, if they even try to elect, when they go to the convention and they try to nominate Kasich instead of Trump, Kasich's gonna get fried because of what he did to Ohio. You know what I'm saying? All that crazy ass voter suppression shit he was doing in Ohio, all that's gonna come out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wow. I just hope so. And like I say, I just can't see him. Like I was saying before, I mean, I thought his momentum would have been ran out by now. I think he's, people when they come on, they get momentum, they get steam. Did he come in with more supporters and they're losing them as we speak, or I don't think he's gaining any more supporters because he's like you said, he's alienating every damn race there is that you need to win a general election.
Right, but
He's
at the
just taking
same
control.
time, you gotta look at it like this. He was a reality star as well. He's
Right.
been a staple of the rich for a long time. You feel what I'm saying? So he already had a following of who he was. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's why he was gaining so much steam. But then what really topped it off is when he started talking about Mexicans and all this and all that. So
Right.
now you the Nazi dudes was looking at him anyway because of his German ancestry, but they really started looking at him like, oh, we rolling with him. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And all the other Europeans in this country feel threatened because the faces of America is changing so much, and they feel they don't want to see that change happen. And Donald Trump is saying what they want to hear.
Can I ask you this question? What I want to ask everybody. What is your stance on the border policy? Do you think that we should strengthen our borders or just let this, what, come on over? You think that should be, you know,
The only person that whole issue affects is people that don't look like us. See what I'm saying?
right.
So, like to piggyback on what all pretty much both you and CX were saying, like the border don't affect people like us because we got to get out here and work for our shit every day. And one thing about
Yeah.
because the thing about it, if you're gonna strengthen your borders, then you should strengthen your policy on giving out student visas and and setting up other people with careers and mom and pop operations when they get over here as well. See, you can't just cut off the border and not do the other stuff when it comes to immigration. Visas,
Talk to me.
granting visas, and when a Middle Easterner comes over, they set up with a corner store and gas operations and stuff like that. And when Asian Americans come over, they got enough money to have a startup business when they get over here. So you got to cut all that shit out. If you put those borders, you put those walls and shit up, you got to trim immigration all the way around the board.
But
And
see,
they're not going to do that.
this is what happened. the whole thing about immigration
Excuse
was
me.
this. This was the whole thing. Um, when in Boston, when you had a lot of the Irish people coming over here straight from Ireland, they were coming over here, no visa, no nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And the same thing with a lot of Europeans that come from Europe who are immigrants who come to America. Like you never hear about them Russians running around doing the stuff they do. You feel what I'm saying? And they
Right.
don't talk about immigration. But see, that's the whole thing. They gotta find somebody to demonize. So the first people they're gonna demonize is people that don't look like them. When they talk about their immigration, they ain't talking about the Russians, them Slavic people, the ones that look just like them. They're only talking about the ones who come. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the main thing. You know, when they say that them old little dog whistles, we got a secure the border. Man, the border insecure. The border been secure. They did more deportations in the last 10 years than they ever had. So how is the border not secure?
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, man. And like and it almost kills some people to see a Mexican American man who hustled from nothing. I'll give you an example. I had a situation to where we had some torrential rain and stuff happened a couple years ago, and man, my homeowners insurance they didn't want to they damn near didn't want to give me the money and to fix my roof and my gate. All my gate and stuff was damaged and everything. So the money they did give us, man, we couldn't go with a more reputable firm to do all the work we need to get done or whatever. And am I still on?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
still
man.
on?
Yeah, you still on?
Yeah. So I ended up having to well through my father-in-law, we ended up finding someone to just do our work for us. Long story short, we hired these Mexican cats, man, to do our roof and to do our gate. But here's the kicker: that one guy did the roof and the gate. It took him it was a 4 day project for him to do, and he did it all by himself. You know what I'm saying? And so he did it all by himself, man. And like I said, when he was done, man, I got up on top of my roof, and I got a 2 story house, so I got on top of the roof with him and checked everything out. Man, dude had me straight. He had my gate straight, and he had everything on point. And I think what people fear because you all you had to do is give a Mexican American an opportunity. They're gonna turn it into a business, and that's what people don't want to see. They don't want to see somebody come in and work harder than them and be successful. Where, whereas you won't take a job as a maid, or you won't take a job as what I'm saying, something that you consider lowly. But them people can come in and do the same landscaping. They can do this, they can do that, they can do all kinds of stuff, and they can they learn how to make a business out of it.
Right.
But you get mad at them because they come in and put that same hard work and ingenuity that the American people are supposed to possess, but you don't exercise none of that.
You
And,
know what
that,
it
and that's what it,
is?
and that's what it's about.
You know what it is? It's the biggest contradiction ever. I'm gonna tell you why. Some of those Mexican dudes, they do pay taxes. They just don't get taxes back.
Right, exactly. Because they don't know how to properly do that. I mean, to properly go about doing all that stuff. Those guys, they be concerned about doing one thing only, that money. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, besides the money though, the work ethic that goes along with what they do, and the pride and the craftsmanship that it takes to do what they do. Or whatever facet of industry that they're in, or whatever. And that's what people fear the most because even if like I said, that guy, the kind of work he did that work by himself. I think I ended up paying him. I think I paid him 7 for my roof and like 5 for my gate or something like that. But anyhow, the dude did the work. He did work that rivals some of these bigger firms by himself, and that's what people are afraid of. They're afraid of that being outworked by people that don't even that believe more about about industry and believe more about hard work and getting that money than they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of times it'll actually expose them. Because a lot of them got what they got from entitlement, but they're always
Exa-
the ones talking about pull your bootstraps up. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
Right.
saying? But
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
y'all the main ones who got everything through entitlement. You know what I'm saying? I,
Entitlement and terrorism. No,
I'm
let's not forget that one.
right, and I'll give you a prime example. Now I used to work for Samsung. I was a manager for Samsung, and we got a store. We have Samsung. We used to have Samsung stores at every Best Buy. So I happened to be in the Best Buy. Little girl worked for Best Buy. She cashier. She telling me, "Oh, Charles, I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to get another job, but I'm still got this job, and me and my boyfriend are ready to get a house." Now she's 19, 20 years old in
Mm.
school, but yet you getting a house. How did you pull that off? You feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm
Right.
talking about, the entitlement. How did you pull that off? Here it is. If it was me trying to get a house, man, they would want everything. They want my DNA. They want
Word up.
how I did this, how I do that. You don't qualify for this. You don't
A
qualify for
blood,
that.
a blood sample and two semen samples.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. And I'm trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's not a knock against them, but I'm just saying it is what it is. It's entitlement, man. And they feel the tides are changing. You know what I'm saying? Because the demographics are changing. And
Right.
they fear that, man. So that's why they got to demonize them, demonize them as much as possible. Because
hmm
the whole thing about the whole situation is this: you are not a threat now as long as you're subservient to them.
Right.
exactly.
Soon as you get bold and get smart and try to be innovative, or start your own stuff and get ahead and be able to have some power to make moves and change
I get
almost.
I get it every day, man. I get it every day. I work for Google, so I'm in different stores every day, and people see me, in different stores. They're like, "Oh, you work for Google?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I feel so stupid asking this question." And I'm saying to myself, why you feel stupid? Because I'm a black man.
Right.
And you gotta come to me and ask me for a question, ask a question.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting.
So insulting, but so like they don't even look at it like that. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's so natural. You know,
Right.
like just to piggyback that, man. Like I feel like every job, I learned pretty quickly. As I was younger, I've had a lot of jobs, man. Every time I've had a job, I've had to come in and bust my ass a little bit more than the next person because I'm already stereotyped from the gate. I'm supposed to be late. I'm supposed to be defiant. I'm supposed to have an opinion. All of that stuff. So when you go to a new company, employee, man, you gotta. I feel that you're already stereotyped, and you got to prove the naysayers wrong instead of some people that like just saying like somebody that's of Mexican descent or Spanish descent, whatever. They're people say, oh, they work hard and they bust their ass. So when they get a job, they already have that one up on us. Like they're supposed to be busting their ass and don't take any breaks. And for us, it's a different story, man. That's
Well, we come from two different cultures and two different environments.
right,
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of unfair to compare us to them. You
right,
feel what I'm saying? They come with
absolutely,
their culture still intact.
right,
They're just running from a war torn country. You know what I'm saying? If they've been through what we've been through, I bet you they wouldn't be doing all that stuff they're doing.
right.
The only reason why some of us don't put in the effort like they do is because of what we